Hello and welcome to the tutorial video for the indicator called Foresight. And this is the indicator Foresight, which is a part of an indicator suite called the Foresight Scrolls. If you're curious about that or just already know that you want to get these, because why wouldn't you? They're available at the ForesightScrolls.com is where you can figure out how to get access to those. You can also get access to our Discord there. So today we're going to take a look at the Foresight Indicator, and we're also going to take a look at briefly the Mystic Spell Indicator because they work together. And I'll make a separate video for the Mystic Spell as well. So on screen, I really had thought about leaving these off so you could just see a blank price chart here. And just seeing the price chart, and if you're watching this, my guess is you've looked at a lot of price charts before, and you know what it's like to watch a price unfold and have your ideas about direction. But price doesn't care about what we want. It does what it wants, but it also never lies. Look at this thing without Foresight on. And now let's just take a second and check it out with Foresight enabled. I think it's really clear how powerful these signals are. Recently, I looked back, and I'm pretty sure it was on Solana, and I think it had 17 or 18 out of 20 premonitions that were that worked out and paid off, and that's dependent upon where and how you choose to place stops and things like that. But premonitions are, as they say, they're making a premonition about price reversing and turning around. And so these are powerful on their own. You could just use this as a standalone indicator, just wipe your hands and be done. They all have independent alerts for each type of premonition. So if you found that you preferred one type over another, you could certainly do that. We watch all of them. So even though you could do that, you don't necessarily have to. Before I go into how this works with the Mystic Spell, which is magical, I do want to mention that we have built in into the, let me just show you here. In the settings, if you happen to use 3 commas, we've built in a JSON payload into 3 commas where you just plug in your information here, and then choose whether you want to send long or short signals here, and then there's an any alert function call as a part of the alert UI that you choose, and it sends any and all of these to that address that you put into that payload, which is really, really cool. And we can do that in real time, which is something that is difficult for you to do with TradingView. They actually do not allow real-time alerts server side. So if you've used an alert before, you know that you can do it intra-bar, but the problem is it's only allowing you to do it on one particular signal. So you have to choose one signal at a time, which means setting a bunch of alerts. We only have to set one alert for this indicator, and it sends all of our labels in real time. Now, most of the time, we choose to send these bar close. You just want that confirmation, but if you like to do it quick and fast, if you like to do it as soon as they pop up, we can do that too. And it's something that you are not going to find out there very often. I haven't even seen that before. I've been told that it's available, that some institutions use some indicators not available to us retail people that may have things like that. But I myself haven't seen that before. Very, very powerful feature. So let's take a look at what this looks like side by side with the Mystic Spell, which is our indicator here, which is just incredible. It's hard to say. These things make magic together. The Foresight indicator was going to be our only indicator in the beginning. And then we started to have other ideas of how we could help people that just wanted to trade macro, help people that wanted to trade multiple time frames, and then help add extra confluence. So if a premonition is sort of this prediction, the spell is the moment of inflection. It's the moment where we take the thing that we see. Most recently, we want these to work together, by the way. So we're looking for a premonition and then a spell. So most recently, you see we get this premonition. A few bars later, we're getting a spell. And the white triangles, by the way, which you notice only appear every so often, are additional confluence. So we're having multiple things at the same time tell us that the spell is the spell to choose. By the way, I didn't mention this before, but even though you see some of these are really powerful big moves, there are different ways to trade, obviously. Normally, we want to take every signal and on an asset like Solana get 2%. So you can tell here when you take it, there's a 4% drop. We're only taking 2% of that every time. But you can certainly have a trailing stop and follow this thing all the way down until it bounces and stops you out. So you can catch a move. You can catch a move that's much, much bigger. You could have certainly caught this move here that ended up, if your entry was here and you had a trailing stop and it fell, I don't know, let's say your stop was like 4% or something, 25, you could have gotten 20% on that one trade. But this is ideally the way we want to see things work, is to have a premonition, a spell, and then that tells us that the premonition is true at that point. You see sometimes you may see things that look, here's one right here actually. This is when we get the premonition, we get the spell, and then that's when things start to fall off. You don't always see those like that. And I want to talk some more about the Mystic Spell because there's another way to trade this, but I'll go over that in its own video. So let's collapse this real quick and take one more look at Foresight, and you can see it's very straightforward. You have all alerts available in the alert UI. You can send JSON payloads in real time to 3 commas if you like to do that sort of a thing. And whenever we see these things in confluence with each other, so I'm going to turn on the echoes of time, which is our support, and we are currently waiting here to see this thing roll over. And if we maintain support if we get this in, I don't know, let's say in the next 5 to 10 candles, we get a long spell. So then we have a confluence of 3 things. We've got a premonition, we've got known support because of the echoes of time, and a long spell. Then we'd take a long trade here. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking out Foresight. And if you have any questions, please reach out and ask. I'd be more than happy to help, or anyone else that happens to field your inquiry. If you want to get these things, they're available. ForesightScrolls.com. If you just want to join the Discord and see what things are about, you can do that there as well. Thanks so much.